Hey guys, Famox here from Game On Your Face, and today I'm bringing you my first gun versus gun review. I do this a lot for my NHL review, so I thought I'd bring it to Destiny as well. In this first matchup, we're comparing two Crucible auto rifles, the Do-Gooder V versus For the People. Both of these can be purchased from the Crucible Quartermaster for 1 commendation and 150 marks. They can also come with different perks if you get them from an engram, but the two in this review are the versions you can buy from the tower. So we'll start off with the Do-Gooder V. Off the bat, I want to say that this gun looks pretty sick, even though the barrel looks like a big blue tube. Anyways, for the sights we have Red Dot ORS, Accurized Sight for precision fire. Red Dot ORES, Flexible Sight, enhanced handling, range and recoil control. Ranged Lens RLS3, mid-range scope, good effective range and recoil control, heavy and slow. Next up we have Persistence. This weapon grows more accurate the longer it is fired. You'll notice that both the Do-Gooder V and For the People have this perk, and while it's okay, it will probably go unnoticed, especially with the Do-Gooder, since it has such a small mag and a pretty high rate of fire. Your magazine will be empty before the Persistence has much effect. Snapshot. Aiming this weapon is incredibly fast. Here's a side-by-side of the gun with Snapshot and the gun without it. So you can see here there is a noticeable difference, but I personally wouldn't use up the spot for it. Perfect Balance. This weapon has extremely low recoil. This is my perk of choice. Out of the box, the Do-Gooder V has pretty low stability, but Perfect Balance fixes that. Now here, I'm not controlling the recoil, I'm just holding the right trigger, and you can see there is a bit of a difference when Perfect Balance is applied. Next we have Single Point Sling. Switch weapons faster, move quicker while aiming. We're going to utilize the side-by-side again, and it's pretty clear that there's not much of a difference when using this perk. So again, I strongly suggest Perfect Balance, but of course that's all up to you. And finally we have Third Eye. Radar stays active while aiming down this weapon's sights. This is probably the biggest selling point on this gun. It's a very cool and useful perk that only a handful of guns have. Unless of course you have the Knucklehead Radar Helmet, but if you don't, then this perk is pretty unique. However, it's not as useful on this gun as I thought it would be, and that's due to its small mag size. What I found is that unless you are running around while looking down the sights, you really won't use this perk as much as you think. That's because this gun pretty much clears its entire mag to get one kill. At most it'll leave you with 13 to 10 bullets. So of course after every kill you'll need to reload, which means you can't stay zoomed in anyways to utilize the effect of having the radar there. Once you reload, the radar will pop back up, so the third eye won't make much of a difference. On guns with bigger mags, you can just stay zoomed in and proceed with the killing. That being said, that's how I feel based on my playstyle. On the other hand, if you're a camper and you like to sit in one spot and wait, then this perk will be ideal for you. But like most people, I'm not a big fan of those type of players. Overall, the Do-Gooder V is not my favorite auto rifle. It has a terribly small magazine with no ability to upgrade. It has very poor range, and even with Perfect Balance, its stability isn't as impressive as other guns in its category. The greatest thing it has is its reload speed and the Third Eye perk, but as I said, Third Eye can't really be utilized to its full potential with this gun. The Do-Gooder is okay in PvP, and you might use the Third Eye more while playing Control, but as I mentioned earlier, it takes almost a full mag to take someone down, and if they get any further than mid-range, you'll have a hard time landing a critical. And for PvE, it's even worse. When dealing with a large number of enemies, it's obvious that this low mag gun would not be the ideal choice. You'll find yourself reloading every 4 seconds, and the Third Eye becomes essentially useless. But before I can suggest what gun to buy, we still gotta take a look at For the People. For the sights we have Quick Draw IS, Agile Sight, Lightning Fast Handling. Red Dot ORES, Flexible Sight, Enhanced Handling, Range and Recoil Control. Ranged Lens RLS3, Mid-range scope, good effective range and recoil control, heavy and slow. Just like the Do-Gooder, I prefer to use the Red Dot ORES. Now again, we have Persistence. It'll be more useful in this gun due to its larger mag, but while it's a nice effect, it still will probably go unnoticed. Moving on, we have Field Scout, maximum ammo capacity. You may notice something strange about this one. At first I thought this gun would absolutely need Field Scout equipped, because it says that the mag only carries 26 bullets, and that's smaller than the Do-Gooder V's 29. However, when you get into the game, you can see it actually has 34. Now that's pretty good for me, but it's still on the smaller side for high rate of fire guns. If you equip Field Scout, it says the new mag is 42, but really it's 56. I don't know if this is going to change in any way, but as it stands right now, it's pretty damn good. Perfect balance. This weapon has extremely low recoil. This gun already starts off with one of the best stabilities out of all auto rifles, and if you use the red dot ORES and perfect balance, then the stability can be maxed. But you can see here that even though there is a difference, it's not that much. That's why I prefer to use Hammer Forged. Improved range and accuracy. With this perk equipped, it makes it a very balanced weapon. In PvP, before I unlocked Hammer Forged, this gun was great at close to mid-range. However, at long range, like most auto rifles, it had a very hard time landing any critical hits. However, once this perk was applied, it quickly became one of my favorite ARs, second only to my Suros. You can see by comparison the stats are very even, and keep in mind that For the People has a bigger mag than it actually shows here. Last, we have Glass Half Full. The bottom half of each magazine causes additional damage. This perk is awesome in PvE. You can clearly see here that the damage goes from 22 to 26 and even 29. However, in the Crucible, its effect is not as evident. Only 1 or 2 of the final shots will deal additional damage, and it jumps from 20 to 21. Also in PvP, I tend to reload at any available opportunity, so I will rarely actually get to the bottom half of the mag. So to sum it up, For the People is a great gun. I've used 3 of the 4 new Vanguard and Crucible auto rifles, and this is definitely the best of the 3. The build can be arranged to satisfy many different playstyles. If you love your stability, you can use Perfect Balance and the ORES to max it out. If you want to rip it up in PvE, you can bump your ammo to 56, and if you're looking for an all-around performer, you can apply Hammer Forge to find that even balance. Of course, there are better auto rifles out there, but if you're sitting on 150 Crucible marks and a Crucible commendation, and you're looking for a competitive auto rifle, then I would definitely take this one over the Do-Gooder V. So hopefully this review was helpful to you guys, and if it was, then please return that favor and hit that like button because that helps me out a lot. And if you want to see more of these gun reviews, then be sure to subscribe and join the Goif Squad. Also, if you want to suggest a gun for me to review, then feel free to do so in the comments. I'm Famox from Game On Your Face, and I'll see you in the next one.